Hey y'all, what's up? Happy Saturday morning. It is like currently 1:40 a.m. For whatever reason, I never like to sleep early. I want to take this time to discuss the top five characters according to Nee and Arslan Ash. So these are the top five characters that they feel are the strongest in Tekken 8 currently. And the reason why this matters is because Nee and Arslan Ash, Arslan Ash, Nee and Arslan Ash are considered like the top best character like Tekken players like in the world right now. So yeah, their opinion does hold a lot of weight. Of course, it is just an opinion. I'm going to give my opinion on this video too and what I think. So I'm really going to go off the bat and say out of these, well, six characters. Out of these six characters, three of these characters I've played extensively in Tekken 8. I have played a lot of June, I played a lot of Dragunov, and I played a lot of Xiao Yu in this game. And I'm going to go off the bat and first, those are the main characters I'm going to discuss. I will say, as far as Fang and Devil Jin, I've heard that Devil Jin is strong in this game. I did hear that, so I'm going to believe that. And as far as Fang, I mean, he was the strongest Tekken character in Tekken 7, and I don't see why they would change that now. I mean, it seems like they always make Fang strong. So I'm going to just say yes to those two. Those two characters are strong. I'm going to just agree and say, okay, fine. I don't really know much about them, but I will say the choices that surprised me for them putting in the top five that I just disagree with, and you guys are probably going to know who I'm just going to say, is Ling Xiaoyu. I do not feel like Ling Xiaoyu is in the top five, and I this is one I disagree with. And for those of you guys that don't know, Xiaoyu was like my main, or my day one main since the Tekken 3 days, so I've always been playing her. And I feel like this character, cause there was like a video where Arslan Ash and Nee were like, someone was filming them talking about who the top five were, and they both mentioned Xiao Yu, and it seemed like the main reasons they mentioned her was because more so like because she's annoying. That's what I got from Arslan Ash. And Nee, I think he said something along. Nee even said her, but he was kind of not sure. Like he felt like she's strong, but like he said yes, but it could be somebody else. So it's like he put her like at the borderline level. So the reason I disagree with this is because Xiao Yu has so many weaknesses in this game, and I think these weaknesses are very prominent. And I believe every character should have weaknesses. Okay, I don't feel like there should be just a busted ass character that does everything well. You know what I'm saying? But I do find Xiao Yu's weaknesses to be very detrimental. Well, not that's a little dramatic, but I do find her weaknesses to be very substantial when compared to a lot of the other Tekken 8 characters. So the biggest weaknesses that she has is that her damage. Well, I'll go start with the biggest ones first. Her range, her approach, as well. What else was it? Her range, her approach, and her being very unsafe and not having many plus frames to work with, and also her damage in the neutral being relatively weak, if not the weakest out of all the characters in the game. And that's something that she's always been known for, and the reason for that is because the developers want to be sensitive towards her damage, because she does have like a lot of tricks and gimmicks. But that's what this character is. I feel like Xiao Yu is too dependent on gimmicks and setups and the opponent not knowing the matchup. And I think when you don't know the matchup, and she's like one of the least picked characters, and I think that's why fighting against her can be very annoying, and like you could just feel like, what do I do against this character? You know what I'm saying? But trust me, I played her like all throughout Tekken 7, Tekken 5, Tekken. I played her since Tekken 3, so I know a lot of things about her. And she's not I'm not going to say she's the worst character in this game. I'm not going to say that, but if once the opponent knows the matchup, or kind of, it doesn't have to know, they don't even have to know everything about her, but once they know like some of her main gimmicks, she becomes very weak. Like once you know like which moves to hit her out of AOP or which moves to hit her in back turn stance and hypnotist stance, like her setups they're good, arguably some of the best setups in the game, but they always are known for being they're known for being very inconsistent, as well as being very precise and just not once someone identifies it or kind of knows your gimmicks, it's like it's not going to work. And I don't feel like she has solid fundamentals. Like she has pretty solid punishment, but her fundamentals cannot compare to all the other characters in this game. Like it cannot. I just like even seeing her next to Dragunov is preposterous to me, or seeing her next to June is preposterous to me, because it's like she cannot compete with them on a fundamental level. She's too dependent on tricks and gimmicks, and I feel like her range and her approach is really bad, as well as lack of having plus frames, is because this is a very aggressive game, and her pressure is like her not like Dragunov is a character that is known for having like so many plus frames. You know what I'm saying? And just so many things he can work with, while Xiaoyu does not have that. She has more than she did in past games, but it's still not a lot. And even some of the like, a lot of it is dependent on like if it counter hits or not. Like it's not, a lot of her moves aren't even plus frame one blow, and it's just like even with my experience playing her, and I'm not going to say I know I'm not the best Xiaoyu player in the world. You know what I'm saying? But I will say it is very difficult to win with her, and she what else? It's very like for instance, like a lot of people are talking about how good her hypnotist stance is, and it's okay, but I mean, do you guys know how many times I've done hypnotist stance? I try to mix it up within like my heat dash or whatever. Like I might do like a move and then do it the transition to hypnotist, and like people already catch on that. Oh, just punch her out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always getting it, and it leaves her in such unsafe positions. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of her setups, like they don't leave her in safe positions. Like it's like they can work, but if they don't, like she's just going to get her ass beat up again. Like, that's literally what happens to her all the time. Her range, this is another problem with her, and the reason why I say that should be obvious, because with her with her lack of range in this game, having the worst range in the game, it makes her very vulnerable to whiffs. So not only is she always in an unsafe state by her stances like AOP, hypnotist, and raid dance, her range, that she's also unsafe because her range, because it's hard for her to get in or her opponent. And when you're playing against characters like Brian or Lee Chaolon or just any character with some good keep out, which is pretty much everybody these days, it's very difficult to win with her. So yeah, she has a very complex game plan, and I just feel like I maybe Arslan, Ash, and Knee, maybe they're just falling prey to a lot of the setups and a lot of the tricks and buffoonery that this character has, and maybe it just it can be annoying. It's like oh freak, like like this is so annoying and stupid, right? I get that, but I just do not see her being top 5. I feel like a no-brainer to put in the top 5 instead of Xiaoyu. They should put Jin. Like I feel like he should be on here. But yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love Xiaoyu. Xiaoyu's like my favorite, like one of my favorite characters. Like I said, she has a very special place in my heart. It's just that I think me and Xiaoyu are kind of going through it right now. Valentine's Day just passed. I guess we're currently separated at the moment. But it's just because I have a love-hate. I mean, I love this character, don't get me wrong. But it's just, sometimes it just gets a little, it just sucks having to play a weak character a lot. So, and just always getting it, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, moving on. I talked about her for enough. Dragunov, I feel like he is definitely top 5 in this game. I think you can make a strong argument that he could be top 1, possibly, maybe, arguably. I feel like and I feel like a lot of it has to do with them wanting him to be more popular. And I think back in Tekken 7, like he has had a lot of nerfs in Tekken 7, and a lot of people would say that he's like in the bottom 5 or like one of the worst characters or whatever. So I feel like they're trying to make up for that now, as well as his cool design. But yeah, this character Dragunov, he has what I think makes him strong is that his whole game plan and everything, it works with the whole Tekken 8 system. Like he's already an aggressive powerhouse character that's like always in plus frames, always poking and just always just trying to get in your opponent and always like having an advantage. You know what I'm saying? And in addition to that, he has very long range, and that's really good. So he's less vulnerable to whiffing, and it's really easy for him to get in on the opponent. Like, with the while running 2 move, that move is really great. Like, it chips on block and it leaves him in plus frames still. A lot of his strings leave him in plus frames. He has really great lows now. Like, the main low back in Tekken 7 days was really just down 2. And there was a few others, but that was like the main go-to one. But now he has down 2. He has the new low they gave him, which is, I believe, down back 3+4, which is like kind of like a hatchet kick, which is a really great move that takes a good chunk of damage. He has sneak 3, that was always there, but that's just another good low he has. He has like a lot of good strings, and he's able to mix up some of his strings like with the sneak stance and like get some good mix ups and like trickiness right there in setups. And I would say he has a full throw, pretty much a stellar throw game. It's not, I mean, of course it is not as good as King's, but it might as well be, because his throws take a lot of damage, and some of them have like really good follow-ups or like mix-ups afterwards. He has a 1 break, a 2 break, a 1+2 break, a throw where he's able just to kick his leg in your face, and then like he has like the move, I forgot the input for it, but it's like a move he does a kick on your head, and then he takes his leg somehow just wraps around your neck. So that's like a throw. He has like he has crouching throws. He has like there's a mix-up throw he has with it, which is forward 2 1+2, so it's kind of like a mix. Like it has the animation of him doing the while running 2, but then he just stops and then just hurry ups and grab you. So that's a really great throw, and it's probably he has the throw where he just jumps up in the air and just grab you. Like, he has very great throws, and they take very good a very large amount of damage, and a lot of them have really good follow-ups and mix-ups afterwards. And I would also say his combo damage is pretty crazy right now. Like, just his damage overall, not just the combos, just a lot of his overall damage is really, really high in this game. And yeah, I can definitely see him being top 5. Dragunov definitely deserves to be on this list. The other character I want to mention is June. So I have been playing a lot of June lately and trying to get to know her. I did make a video a few days ago saying she would be my main, and I'm going to just stop saying stuff like that, because I feel like those videos never age well at all. But because I'm still playing Xiao Yu and Dragunov. I actually played Xiao Yu and Dragunov more than I play her now, but I was just going through some stuff at that time. But anyway, but nonetheless, I do have a lot of experience with June. I have played her substantially, and she is very strong. She has like a 10 frame punish that does crazy damage. It's the up for 1. She has that. She has projectiles. She has great range, great strings, stellar damage. She does have something interesting where she's able to where there's certain moves that she, like that 10 frame move that takes like 35 damage. Like, it does make her lose a little bit of health, but she's able to get that health back once she's in heat. Like, if she's doing stuff in heat, so she's able to get it back. And it doesn't take that much health. I mean it takes it adds up over time. It does add up, but I don't know. I mean, I think that is fair, just because that it only makes sense. She's also very good, and the thing is, she's a very stance based character as well. She has Genjutsu stance, was it Gengetsu? One of those. She has Miyare's stance as well as Izumo stance. And the difference between her and Xiao Yu is that I feel like June's stances are much more useful, and you get way more reward. Like, her if she does Gengetsu 2, it does like this little cutscene animation where she like grabs your chest and she takes a whole bunch of damage from that. She has a lot of good lows from that, and you're able to mix it up a lot more. Like, and I don't know, I just feel like she doesn't feel as unsafe. Oh yeah, she has like a lot of safe stuff. Like, she has like a lot of her moves that take some of her damage. So she has like different launchers, like different versions of launchers. Like I know if you do down forward 2 and then 1+2, she gets it's a really strong 16 frame launcher that launches you up really high in the air, and it does take a little bit of your damage if you're June, but it's safe. And she has multiple moves like that, but she just has a lot of safety. And she has like a lot of different string mixed up. She's able to mix you up in so many different ways. She has great combo damage, great wall combo damage. Like, she's a very strong character, and you can definitely make an argument that she may be the strongest in the game. So out of her and Dragunov, I would say they are probably the strongest 2 characters in the game right now. As far as Fang and Devil Jin, I'm just gonna go with it and say they're strong too. I don't know much about them in this game, but I do know that they're pretty strong. Azucena, she's an interesting one. Another one I don't have too much information on. I've looked at her a little bit. One of the things I noticed with fighting her is that she has this one move that she does. It's like a wild running move. I think it's like I don't know the input for it. I'm going to guess and say maybe it's like a wild running 3-4 or 3+4, or I don't know. It's like a wild running move where she's like kicking you and on block. It appears. I have to lab her a little bit more, but it appears that move is safe. It's not only is it safe, but it has pushback, and it recovers very fast. And she's able to do it very fast, and that's like a common trend I noticed with a lot of Azucenas, that they abuse that move. I know she has a pretty good. I mean, I don't know too much about her besides that, but I mean, I have heard several people say that she's pretty strong. Surprisingly enough, I haven't fought Azucena that much in this game, despite her being like in the top 10 for the top most used characters. I don't encounter her too much, but yeah, I can believe that she's strong. I know that with that wild running move that a lot, as we were saying, the players spam, I can imagine she probably has like a lot of other stuff that is very questionable as far as frames and like safety and things. So I can definitely see that. So do I think she deserved to be top 5 in the game though? Honestly, I think, like I said, I guess I give my final thoughts here. I think that she is strong, but I would argue that there are some characters stronger than her in this game besides her. I think Reyna's pretty strong. I'm surprised she's not on this list. Honestly, I think as far as Dragunov, June, Devil Jin, and Fang, I think they belong on this list. But I would say Xiaoyu definitely does not belong on this list. I would replace Xiaoyu with Jin, and I would probably replace Azucena with Reyna, maybe. I mean, I feel like Reyna takes a lot of damage. She has like a lot of crazy mix-ups, and she has a lot of safety. Like, she has this one move that is like I don't know the input, but I know it's like a launcher. It's a launcher that I think is it back 2, down back 2. It's one of those. I don't know the input, but it's like a launcher where she just launches. She puts. I know the animation consists of her putting her hand like super high, like she lifts her hand really high to launch you. So it's like that launcher, and that's only -12. Now I don't know the max damage from that launcher, but for her to have a launcher like that, that's only -12. So meaning it's like a lot of characters may not even be able to knock her down from it. Nonetheless, launch her from it. But that's pretty crazy to me. And she has a very aggressive play style. She is quite sidesteppable, I noticed. But I don't know. I feel like Reyna is very. I feel like she's very strong. I mean, yeah, it's still like a lot to learn about her. But yeah, But those are my thoughts. I agree with this list for the most part, but I think Xiaoyu definitely does not deserve to be on this list. And as you're saying, that is a question mark. I think there's other characters stronger than her. I think, like I said, I think Jin belongs on this list. And I would even say possibly Brian or Paul belong on this list as well. One of them too. I don't know. I would take one of them as you're saying a spot. But those are just my thoughts, my opinions. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.